Defensive linemen dictate this portion of the draft, but at the top at pick number 11, the Buffalo Bills, I think, go with a tight end, Brandon Pettigrew out of Oklahoma State. 6'6", 262 pounds, catches the ball extremely well, but what makes Pettigrew so valuable is he can block. An inline blocker, can help out that running game. Multi-dimensional tight ends are hard to find these days. Brandon Pettigrew from Oklahoma State is exactly that, helping out Trent Edwards and that Buffalo Bill offense, what obviously needs a lot of help based on what we saw this season. The Denver Broncos, defense, and more defense is what they need, particularly up front on that defensive line. B.J. Raji, Boston College, had some superlative individual performances this year. He gets that leverage advantage. He's a nightmare for centers and guards to block, and he's already had a great week in Mobile at the Senior Bowl practices. When you look at the Washington Redskins, same thing. Pass rusher, be it defensive tackle or end. Here I think they look at Brian Orakpo, a kid out of Texas who has great strength, great closing speed, and great athleticism. A little bit of a durability issue, but when he's 100%, he can get after the quarterback, and that's what the Redskins need coming off that edge. A kid like Brian Orakpo, defensive end from Texas, to the Redskins at pick number 13. 14, New Orleans Saints. They need a corner. They need a cornerback forever, it seems like. Tracy Porter helped out from Indiana last year as a second-round pick. I think they go back to corner. And they look at Vontae Davis out of Illinois, a big, physical corner. Coverage skills improved significantly this year, which allows him to be a mid-first round pick. Could be maybe a shutdown corner. He's not there yet, but he's well on his way to being that type of player. You look at the Houston Texans at pick number 15. Mario Williams, great player at one end, questionable on the other side, opposite Williams. Everett Brown from Florida State had multiple sacks in a number of games this year. Flies off the edge. He would be a great complement to Mario Williams, giving them those two great defensive ends with the Houston Texans that they so desperately need. When you look ahead to that next group, the San Diego Chargers, maybe a running back, maybe my first running back off the board to the Bolts. We got playmakers galore in this grouping, running backs, wide receivers, even a quarterback in this mix. And we'll start out with the San Diego Chargers. LaDainian Tomlinson's situation. You look at Darren Sproles as well, unrestricted free agent. They need a running back, and Knowshon Moreno would help out Phillip Rivers immensely. Moreno can run the football, very determined, very elusive. You look at his catching ability out of the backfield with those great hands he showed, and the blocking. He will do a good job in that area right off the bat as a rookie in the National Football League. Moreno's all-around talent will make him very attractive to the San Diego Chargers at pick number 16. Pick number 17, the New York Jets. Rex Ryan takes over, defensive guy, but they need a wide receiver and a playmaker, an explosive entity in Percy Harvin, who changes that scoreboard with regularity, great after the catch. Talk about a guy in the return game can help you. He has to answer some injury questions, durability questions at the pro level. Not real big, takes a lot of hits, but a talented player, really has top 10 ability. The only reason he would still be here in the middle of the first round is because of some of those durability concerns. You look at a team like the Chicago Bears at pick number 18. Everybody says, well, they got to take offense. Well, I watched that defense this year majorly underachieve and not get the job done. Tyson Jackson from LSU is a defensive end, big enough to be versatile. You can move him around. Good against the run, and showed better pass rush ability this year than he had early on in his career. You go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at pick number 19. New organization, basically. New coach, new GM. How about a quarterback? Okay, you look at Josh Freeman, 6'6", 250 pounds with an NFL arm. Looked like a top pick overall in several games. Looked like a fifth rounder in other games. I think it balances out. If he can gain a measure of consistency, he will be a pick in this general area of round one, maybe to the Buccaneers. The Detroit Lions, second pick in the first round. They had pick number 1. Now they're at pick number 20. Ray Maualuga. Really not since Chris Spielman have they had that kind of impact player at that middle linebacker spot. Maualuga from USC will provide just that for the Detroit Lions, an impact player at that man position. I think it'd be a great pick at this point in the first round.